Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. Your host, Fred Arnold, on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. Joined by Brent Zega. Brent is the, you own or one of the
yeah, me and my father own the shop.
Family business?
Family business, family deli. Marcianos.
That's right.
Chicago-style deli.
So tell me a little about your love for food and the family and coming together. And
you know what? It just comes. It comes from the heart. You know, it's one of those things that I grew up in a big Italian family, and you know, the people that have been there can kind of affirm, you know, the things that we do and how much love we put into our food and things like that. It's not your typical corporate sandwich shop.
Oh, that's what I love about a family-owned business is you get family recipes, and you just don't put toppings on something to hide a taste. You put toppings on something to accentuate the taste.
Absolutely, yeah, to enhance the taste without taking away the flavor of the actual meat that you're serving or the main item that you're serving on the sandwich or the salad or the dog or whatever it is. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I grew up, you know, in Grandma's kitchen, you know, an old Italian grandmother. So, you know, I have 26 different sandwiches to choose from. A lot of them are traditional Italians, but the nice thing is I have some of the Chicago stuff that people are not used to here.
So, for example,
on the West Coast. So, for example, the beef, right? We call it the beef, right? The beef. It's a Chicago beef sandwich, and originally it was served at street stands on the corners. It's not really a great cut of meat, to think of it that way. It's a depression food that was, if you could get your hands on it, you know, back in the day, if you could get meat once a week, what they used to tell me was huge, right? But they grew their own vegetables, and they kept some of their own. It
was part of the way they lived. It was part of survival, wasn't it?
It absolutely was. Yeah. It absolutely was. And so if you take this not so good cut of meat, but you love it, and you take care of it, and you season it, and you marinate it, and you do all those wonderful things that you're taught to do, right? It comes out more tender than filet mignon. It's one of those things that my beef sandwich is a 72-hour recipe, so I'm always 3 days ahead on the meat. When you come in and grab my sandwich, by the time you put it in your mouth, I started that 3 days ago. So for something like that on the West Coast is huge. People, it's a learning curve a little bit for some people because it's spicy and it's sweet.
It's a big learning curve on the West Coast. You know, West Coast is Mexican food. It's some Italian, but nothing like Chicago.
Oh, I get the people coming in all the time. Can I get avocado on that? No, I don't have avocado. Can I get a chicken salad? You know, there's no chicken in my restaurant. I'm sorry. Believe it or not, I don't. I carry one turkey sandwich.
Turkey? There you go.
Yeah,
someone needs
like
help.
I said, somebody needs healthier, a little bit healthier. My roast beef, super lean. We do about 70% of all the cooking of the menu that's served, rather than buying the deli meats. Obviously, we purchase from a higher end meat company called Corando, which is incredible. When you start spending the extra money on good product and good meats, and you serve those across, that authentic flavor comes back, and that's what we're trying to chase. I was actually born here. My whole family's from Chicago, and I tell this story over and over. But the reality is, I grew up in that behind closed doors, that Chicago, this is how we do it back home. This is what we do. This is how we grew up on it. This is what we did to make things go.
All old school.
Absolutely.
And humbled old school. I mean, one of those old schools where, I mean, you're sitting at grandma's counter, and you know, you got discipline there.
Oh yeah.
You got family stories there. You got food there. Everything happened around the kitchen table.
Everything, and that's where you talked about your day, and that's where you broke bread, so to speak. But the good thing was that no matter what you had, it was made with so much love and so much care. And a lot of families are this way. But the reality is, if it was just a little bit, if it was just salami and cheese, if it was just Parmesan on toast, if it was something, if they had very little to eat, they always shared. They always opened up their doors, and they always shared. And they shared with their neighbors, and they shared with their friends, and everybody took care of each other. And I think we got away from that a little bit. So you come into my restaurant, you look at my menu, there's something you're curious about, I'm more than happy to share it with you. I'm more than happy to, hey, try my meatball, here's one. Try this deli meat, try this roast beef, try this. And I'm not charging you for it. I want you to understand where we are coming from, how much love goes into this food, and what these true authentic flavors that have kind of been lost over time through corporate businesses and fast food and things like that.
And you said something really, really key, and that is corporate businesses. I know we only have a minute, but I want to get into the breads.
Absolutely.
What are you serving on?
We use a Milano Italian roll.
So if I come over and I say, I want a protein style in a wrap, you're gonna laugh at me a little bit?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna say I'll hold the bread. But you come in and ask for chicken, avocado, and sprouts. I'm gonna show you the door.
Sprouts.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Can I get some diced kale in there?
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just not our bag.
So tell me about toppings. What do you like to top
toppings?
stuff with?
Traditionally, Marcianos way is going to be it's a kosher dill pickle that's seasoned garlic that we do in house as well. So it's garlic, tomatoes, onions, Italian seasonings. It's garlic olive oil, and then a homemade red wine vinaigrette that we top our sandwiches with most of our cold cuts.
Well, I know where I'm going to have lunch. Where are you located?
We're located in the Shangri-La Shopping Center, right next to the Canyon Country Library at 18635 Soledad Canyon Road, Unit 104. We're open every day from 11 to 8, 11 to 5 on Sundays. Check us out on Facebook, Marcianos Deli, and check us out on Yelp. Check us out on all the social medias that we're out there, Marcianos Chicago Style Deli.
We'll see you. We'll see you at 12 o'clock today. Hey, whoever wants to meet me there, I'm going to be there for lunch. Brent Zega from Marcianos Chicago Style Deli. Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber Business Spotlight on AM 1220 KHTS.